Hello everyone, I'm Paul Micklewire Grimes. Channing Tatum gives one of the best performances of his career in ROOFMAN. It's inspired by a true story and will have you thinking differently about its subject by the end of the movie. It's in theaters and I'll talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Channing Tatum stars as Jeffrey Manchester, a military vet who left the service and realized he left his identity behind after serving. He had young children and didn't know how to live life or hold down a job. He started making some bad decisions in a desperate attempt to provide for his family. He figured out that the money needed to live comfortably, and the only way to do that was to rob 45 McDonald's locations and other fast food joints. He was gentle in his approach, sneaking in through the roof and telling the employees to grab their coats and then get in the freezer. He was caught, sentenced to prison, but managed to escape. Now he knows that he needs to kind of bide his time until the media frenzy kind of starts to wind down about his escape, and thus breaks into a Toys R Us and lives inside there for 6 months. He's a good guy who takes pity on Lee, who's played by Kirsten Dunst. She's one of the employees, a single mom of 2 girls, and volunteers at the local church. Jeffrey shows up at her church one day and forges this new friendship. All the while, she never suspects that he's a man on the run, hiding out in the place that she works. The film also stars Peter Dinklage as a Toys R Us manager. The tagline for the film is based on actual events and terrible decisions. Now, it'd be easy to dismiss Jeffrey Manchester's story and see him as this criminal who belongs behind bars. A different director or actor may have sensationalized this and given it that kind of true crime shock factor. Writer-director Derek C. France stays clear of all of that to find the humanity and the desperation in Jeffrey's story. He wants us to understand the why up front by showcasing him as this veteran who wants to provide for his family and then finds himself without the resources or the jobs to make that happen. This is a concept that rings true for many veterans out there that find themselves lost after serving. C. France asks his audience for empathy and compassion from the very beginning and then takes us on this kind of fun journey. It's only a matter of time before Jeffrey is caught again, so you're left wondering how long he can keep up with this charade. And Channing Tatum and Derek C. France show off the lighter, fun side of Jeffrey as he's playing all around the store, stealing candy, bathing in the sinks, and really living in that display stand during business hours. There's a lot of humor and personality on display with these scenes. C. France then shifts to the heartwarming, nature of building that romantic relationship between Jeffrey and Lee as he slowly starts to incorporate himself into her life with her family and church community. It's this double life, hoping that none of them recognize his true identity. You get a real understanding of Lee thanks to the vulnerability and just the faith that Kirsten Dunst brings to the role. Channing Tatum doesn't need to transform or disappear behind Jeffrey Manchester, but rather brings his charm and kind of quick-witted sensibilities to remind us of the humanity within Jeffrey. Everyone that knew him reiterated that he was a good guy, a normal guy, someone that you could relate to. Tatum makes Jeffrey someone that you're rooting for. Not that he's going to get away with it, but rather to find a better path in life. Derek C. France has a really strong film on his hands as he asks for empathy and understanding for a complicated central character who has made some terrible decisions. I'm giving ROOFMAN 4.5 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I have some movie reviews, and I got to interview Kirsten Dunst and Channing Tatum. So check out that interview. I have the full interview actually on my Patreon. So if you like my work, if you like my reviews, my interviews, go to my Patreon. Show me I would love it if you could support me on Patreon. Just search for Paul's Trip to the Movies on Patreon, and then follow me across social media at Paul's Movie Trip. Thank you so much for watching my review of ROOFMAN. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.